Now, in the previous video, I had explained to you how the Interior CS Dr. Freddy Matiangi was falling into the trap of the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto through Dennis Itumbi. Now, the time Matiangi wrote to Dennis Itumbi through his lawyer asking him to bring down the tweet that he has done about him on the issue to do with Ruaraka and the theft. That is the time he got to fall into this guy's trap. Because look here, if you have made someone to look like a thief, and yes, he might be among the people who have looted in Kenya, but again, President Uhuru Kenyatta government is still prevailing into corruption. So how do you shut that person when he knows that you have made him to look the way he is and there is nothing he's going to lose from that? Rather, what he can do is only to make you look like him. Yani, you know, someone who is dirty, then you are trying to play around him, he will make you to look also dirty. So these guys have pulled Matiangi into the mud. Wameingiza kwa matope sasa, vile walikuwa wanataka. So all of them look dirty. So already in one way they have achieved what they wanted, because these guys were so much angry on how the government treated William Samoei Ruto on his trip to Uganda, and I explained to you that. So Dennis Itumbi asked for the time. He said, I'm taking a break, I will come back to respond to this. And he shared those letters that Matiangi had wrote to him. And yesterday, he made a comeback to come and respond to those letters when the other drama had already also happened just sometimes later, where Itumbi was saying that he encountered assassination. So this also, before it had been finished, kabla wamalizana tu na hiyo mambo, already he came here to respond to Fred Okengo Matiangi. So the game plan is on. And now it is out. We are here to see what is going to play out up to the end. And the progress of diverting the attention is going on. So before we go into Itumbi's letter to Fred Matiangi, I have a humble request. You might be watching me and you have not yet subscribed. Please subscribe to help us to grow this platform. Just as simple as that. Again, to all the returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. To all those people who send me a lot of guidelines and correction, I accept. Thank you so much. Keep on doing that. Now, let us get back to our discussion. So, in response to Freddy Matiangi, this is what Dennis Itumbi has posted on his Facebook page. So he says, in total, the payment of cash 1.5 billion at your best was outright theft under your supervision and leadership. You sold sand to ocean for a pound of flesh. Anybody who conceive, initiate, coordinate, and execute theft is a thief by all definition. So he goes on to say, Waziri Dr. Freddy Okengo Matiangi, you are a thief. The context of Ruaraka land theft is supported by court decision which you have not appealed against. He goes on to say, my entire response to your letter attached on 11th August 2021 is here attached. Notable, you have overheard saying you are sure you will get gagging order to stop me from calling you a thief. I remain confident that the judiciary will hear the substantive matter to a fair conclusion and resist the usual game played by those without case to present in court and who trust so much in shortcuts. So that is Dennis Itumbi responding to Dr. Freddy Matiangi just before he attached the letter. And the letter is almost, is it 3-4 pages? It's a very long letter. Now, the letter is very long. We cannot read up to the end. But there are 3 key points that I picked from that letter. And the first one is where he's addressing the defamation tweet against and concerning you. So that's Freddy Matiangi, the Ruaraka school land. So that's the first thing he addressed in that response, trying to show out how Matiangi his office was used in all those plans of looting and grabbing that land. So he has explained himself there. And that one, in one way, and it's coming out clear that Matiangi did not appeal to that case. So it means it still stands. For that reason, Matiangi amehusika katika hiyo sakata. So in that way, he still now bring it to Kenyans to see who Matiangi is. So in one way, he has succeeded. These people have called William Samoei Ruto a thief, and they have succeeded in that. And many people, even they went to extent of saying that if you try to Google and check who is the most corrupt individual in Kenya, definitely the name of the Deputy President, William Samoei Ruto, will pop up. So for that reason, the individuals who supported the Deputy President, William Samoei Ruto, have understood that. And they play into this matter because they understand that President Uhuru Kenyatta government is still having key corrupt individuals there. So for that reason, when you try to bring out William Samoei Ruto as corrupt, they still tell you, hey, look here, it's so and so clean. So in that way, still you people, you are corrupt. So once you want to talk more about us being corrupt, we will pull you into this mud to make Kenyans to see who you are. Now, the second point, he has addressed the issue to do with the stopping the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto from flying to Uganda. And I told you the main reason why these guys were trying to insult Freddy Matiangi, they wanted him to respond so that they can bring this issue to do with the Uganda, because they were so much angry how the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto was handled during his trip to Uganda, which was aborted. And therefore, Itumbi is explaining how Freddy Matiangi stopped William Samoei Ruto from going to Uganda by even breaking the law. He's saying even the Deputy President was forced to call him directly, but Matiangi refused to pick the call. Just later, he responded to that call after some time. So, through even Mteshi is trying to explain that even Mteshi say that the order is from Freddy Matiangi, and Matiangi placed it to President Uhuru Kenyatta. So they wanted to expose that saga out on how William Samoei Ruto was stopped. Though the government come out clear to explain that William Samoei Ruto, the Deputy President, is always supposed to get cleared before he travel outside the country. And number 3, Itumbi has mentioned the issue to do with the arrest of the Turkish man, Aydin Harun. These guys got so much angry when the Turkish man was arrested, so the ghost of the Turkish man might not go soon, because they are still fighting for that, since that thing painted the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto as an individual, a state officer who is associating himself with people who are in money laundering and all those bad activities to do with funding those people. So they're trying to look for a way to even come out and clean the Deputy President's name. So for that reason, in as much they cannot manage to do that, because now it was in public domain, they will always try to pull Matiangi toward this other side. And they are succeeding in one way. The only way Matiangi can get out of this issue is to remain silent, is to keep quiet, is to avoid responding to Dennis Itumbi, is to avoid arresting Dennis Itumbi, and is for him to avoid even using his lawyer to do with anything to do with this boy Itumbi. But in as much he will keep on responding, then that's how atakuwa anajiingiza kwa hii matope mwenyewe, because already they are there. Though even when Itumbi was responding to this issue, you can find out clear that the mix of Ruaraka land and the scandal, Ruaraka land scandal and the Uganda Aydin cheapens this guy writings. Though he was just addressing the Ruaraka scandal, but when he bring in the issue to do with Aydin, it cheapens his writing and it tells you which direction definitely he is going. But again, in the previous clip, I explained to you how the Deputy President team is making no effort to give security to Dennis Itumbi, in as much they are using him to expose all of these issues, because mainly we understand Itumbi is getting all this classified information from the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto desk. The only problem, the boy is not secured. He don't have security around him. These guys are not protecting Itumbi. That's the first thing they should deal with, that issue, because even some people around William Samoei Ruto, or even from the other side of the president or the government team, can decide to deal with this guy if he's not well protected. Thank you so much for listening to me up to this far. May good God bless you. Last time, one of my friends asked me to drop my number. I did it here, and I saw some people also pick the number, try to call me. Actually, you can only WhatsApp me on that number. And I want to thank him so much for the tea. I received the tea. If he allowed me, I can give a shout out to him in the next video. And if he want to remain that way again, I will appreciate his privacy. Thank you so much. May good God bless you, and see you in our next video.